It was a regular Tuesday afternoon in April, and my English class had just started. Our classroom was on the second floor right near the stairwell. We were working on some poetry assignment when the intercom buzzed. Our principal's voice came on, but it was shaky. "This is a lockdown. Teachers, lock your doors. Repeat, this is not a drill." Everyone in the class looked at each other. Our teacher, Ms. Green, jumped up, locked the door, and turned off the lights. We all moved to the corner of the room as we'd been trained. About 5 minutes passed in silence when we heard noises from the stairwell. At first we thought it was just someone closing a locker door or something. But then came the footsteps, heavy, dragging footsteps. Someone was groaning. At first, I thought I was imagining it, but others heard it too. A low, deep groan like someone in pain, or someone trying not to scream. Suddenly, a loud metallic clang echoed from right outside our door. Something had hit the metal locker hard. One girl started crying. Ms. Green whispered to stay absolutely silent. The doorknob started moving. That's when I noticed something on the window of the door. A man's face. Not a teacher. Older, scruffy beard. Blood on his cheek. He kept whispering something, but none of us could hear what. Then he smiled and walked away. The principal came on the intercom 20 minutes later and said police were inside the building. Turns out the man was someone's uncle, off his meds, broke into the building through the gym and had a box cutter in his jacket. Police found him in the stairwell, mumbling the same words he whispered at the door. "I see you." I was in 7th grade when it happened. A rainy day, kinda cold for March. I had detention that day for being late too many times, and I had to stay back with Mr. Baines, the math teacher. There were just 2 of us in the classroom when the alarm blared. It wasn't the usual lockdown buzzer. This one was louder, more abrupt. Mr. Baines looked confused but quickly locked the door and turned off the lights. Normally, there are other kids around during detention, but today the halls were silent. Then we got a knock on the door. Not loud, just tap, tap, tap. Mr. Baines whispered, "Stay low," and went toward the door. I watched his silhouette peek through the blinds, and his whole body language changed. He froze, and then backed away slowly. I whispered, "What is it?" "I think that's the janitor," he said. Now, that would have been fine, except our janitor, Mr. Lewis, had been in an accident a week earlier and wasn't supposed to be back until April. More knocking. Tap, tap, tap. Then a voice, scratchy and slow. "Let me in." Suddenly the doorknob started shaking violently. Mr. Baines grabbed some metal ruler from his desk, ready to use it as a weapon. But just like that, the knocking stopped. After 25 minutes, the lockdown ended. Security sweep revealed nothing. But here's the creepy part. Later that week, a student took a video in the hallway showing a man who looked like the janitor sleeping in a supply closet, eyes open. Cops came, closet empty, no sign of forced entry. We never found out who that man was or how long he'd been hiding there. This happened just last year. I was volunteering at my old middle school, helping out in the media room, setting up mics, sound equipment, etc. for the play. The media room has a private recording booth with thick, soundproof walls. I was alone when a lockdown announcement came on. My phone buzzed shortly after. Active threat, shelter in place. I didn't know where anyone was, so I turned the booth light off, sat on the floor and tried to stay calm. Since I was bored and nervous, I put on the headphones and started scrolling through the recent recordings. Everything was backed up to the computer. An audio file caught my attention. West Classroom 3B.wa. Time-stamped just 15 minutes earlier. I clicked on it. At first, normal class sounds. Then, screams. Panicked, frantic screams. I heard a man yelling, "Where is she? You said she'd be here!" Then banging. And then silence. followed by what sounded like heavy breathing, then footsteps, and finally, the last thing on the recording. They'll hear this. They'll all hear this. I ripped the headphones off. What the hell did I just hear? I wasn't imagining it. I played it again. Same thing. After lockdown ended, I ran to the principal. He looked pale. Turns out someone had broken into the school hours earlier, hid in the ceiling above room 3B, and recorded themselves sneaking into the room before hiding again. Nobody saw them come back out. Police searched the vents and found left-behind clothes, food wrappers, and a battered school photo of a girl who had moved away the year before. Till this day, nobody knows who he was. Sometimes, I wonder if he was inside the school even before lockdown began.